top 5 baseball movies. And you can start with your list. I have a couple of honorable mentions. I don't know if you do as well, but then we can go 5-1, give our top 5 baseball movies.
I will give an honorable mention real quick. And do you want to do this like I give 5 and then you give 5, or should I give all 5?
No, I'd say give your honorable mentions. I'll give mine, and then you give your number 5. I'll get my number 5, and then we'll go
Okay.
pinball 1-1.
So I only have one honorable mention. It was on this top 5, and then I remembered one I forgot about. It was The Perfect Game, which is some I was like looking like best baseball movies, kind of just to jog my memory. It was one I forgot about a long time ago. It was at my number 5, but it's a good movie, and that's my honorable mention.
So yeah, I've got 2 honorable mentions. A League of Their Own, which I think
that's
like
a good one too.
Novelty baseball movie wise, this one it's really good. I think I've only seen it once or twice, but I know I really enjoyed it. And then Rookie of the Year, like a one that's a callback to I think like a very childhood movie. Though that and The Sandlot are like the 2 kids baseball movies that I think everyone's seen and everyone really likes. With the boy becoming the Rookie of the Year for the Chicago Cubs. That's just a kind of a more childish movie, but still an iconic one, and definitely has some nostalgia to me. But it didn't quite crack the list as I've grown up and I've liked 5 more movies over it. I think I would also put it at 7 if I were doing a top 7. League of Their Own at 6.
Okay, and I'll get right into number 5 then. Number 5, I had Rookie of the Year. There you go. It was a great movie growing up to see the kid. I haven't seen it in years, but didn't he like pop his arm out of his socket and all of a sudden he could throw 95?
Yeah, I think he was at school and then there's the pop-up goes over his head and he's not that good at baseball in general. And he trips on a ball, pops his arm out of his socket, and then he turns into Aroldis Chapman from the right side. So
yeah, and then he ends up getting it popped back in and then sucking again. But
he still gets that last out.
He does get it. And so I love that movie. It's like you said, a classic, one of my favorites. So number 5 on my list.
Number 5, I'm going to go Bull Durham. It's absolutely hilarious, but the only problem is I've only seen it once, and that definitely needs to change. It will probably rise with time and rewatching as I'll get into later, because I wrote this from 1 to 5, and I realized like now that I've written this note, I'm going to save it for my next movie. But yeah, I really like Bull Durham. It's going to rise up this list more. It's really funny. A little bit more R-rated as compared to the other baseball movies, but still it's hilarious, has good baseball as well, which is I think the good combo. You want some comedy but also some good baseball.
Number 4, I went 42. I think it's just great movie, great story. I mean, Jackie Robinson, who doesn't love that movie? And I think it's also a really powerful movie. It's more of a serious side on the baseball, telling a story, and I think it's a great movie. Obviously, Jackie Robinson, very important guy, and number 4 on my list.
Put that on a quote graphic, like Jackie Robinson, very important guy. Summed it up pretty well, I would say. Number 4, I'm going to go Field of Dreams. And the note that I was saving, Kevin Costner is the undeniable GOAT of baseball movies. I figured if I said that about Bull Durham, it would kind of give away Field of Dreams on my list. But Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams and Bull Durham. What are you saying?
4 for Field of Dreams?
Too low?
Yeah.
I'll get there. Is an iconic movie. The MLB Field of Dreams game absolutely boosted its stock for me. That was amazing. And I just realized I put another note that I'm gonna save until another movie on my list. But just know it made more sense as I was writing 1 to 5. I didn't quite think about it that I was gonna be reading them off 5-1. But yeah, Field of Dreams, it's great. The only reason I think that I have it lower on this list is I think a little bit nostalgia, but also it spends less time on baseball than the other movies do. That's the only thing I'll say. Still love it though. It's an amazing movie.
All right. Well, number 3, I have The Sandlot. Obviously, iconic movie. Everyone knows The Sandlot. If you haven't seen The Sandlot, what are you doing? But Sandlot, just the whole story. It's very entertaining. Even as a college student, I still appreciate The Sandlot. Everything about that movie is just a great movie. Seeing Benny the Jet suit up with the PF Flyers and run away from the Beast. It's just iconic.
They do make you run faster and jump higher.
They do.
It's just proven. the note that I was leaving off, because I also have the Sandlot at number 3, was if I got to visit the Field of Dreams or the Sandlot, Field of Dreams hands down every time. I'm a little bit lower on the Sandlot than most, I would say, because I think it's kind of like once you grow older a little bit, it's not as comparable to some of the movies on the list, but pure nostalgia wise, pure childhood wise, pure fame wise, I think it has to be at 3. The 4th of July scene, I would argue, is the best scene in any baseball movie ever. A fantastic movie. You're right. It's just like the novelty of seeing that as a kid, and having that camaraderie and the friends playing at the baseball field. It's an undeniable movie. I've got it here at 3, but I think there's a clear separation from my 1 and 2 movies.
So number 2, I do think there's a clear number 1 for me. Number 2, I have Field of Dreams. You mentioned that
you're leaving off one of my top 2.
Am I?
Yeah.
We'll see. But Field of Dreams, obviously, amazing movie. The quote, if you build it, they will come. And then obviously the big rant. I saw that when I was at the Rangers game. I went into the baseballism store. I saw that entire quote. Like, I don't even remember the quote now, but you know which one I'm talking about.
Yep.
The big long quote. It's all on a t-shirt. And once I get money, because I have none of that right now, I will be buying that t-shirt. I'll tell you that right now. But iconic movie. I don't know how you had it at number 4. It's number 2 for me.
I love it. It's just my top 2 really separated, and I'm curious as to which one you left off, because I'm pretty sure I know which one it is. Number 2, I have Moneyball. And now there are funny parts, but this is a more serious movie. Maybe I'm a little.
He gets on base.
He does get on base. It's funny when it needs to be funny. It's serious when it needs to be serious. I think it's a very, really cool look into what Billy Beane was trying to do. A really good look into the Moneyball era. It's one of the newer movies too. I think the cinematography is really good. Likable characters. There's great actors. Brad Pitt absolutely kills it. Really gets you to buy into what the A's were doing. And I don't know. I saw it on Netflix. I'd seen it for the first time, I think like a year ago, and I just really liked it. And I've seen it a couple of times since then. Maybe I'm higher on Moneyball than most, but I love the movie. I put it at number 2.
My number 1 is also Moneyball. So I'm
all right.
Good. I see what your number 1 is. How it's not on my top 5 or probably honorable mentions as well. But yeah, Jonah Hill is one of my favorite actors, or probably my favorite actor, just in movies in general. But it's just a great movie. I love how it's about baseball and about the front office side, which is something very interesting to me. And I just love that movie. I need to see it more.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, my number 1 was a pretty easy choice for me. I have Major League, and this is a movie I'm like so.
I don't like that movie that much.
You don't? Oh my god, it's in my opinion, the perfect combo of like actual baseball and comedy. Love the characters, love the story. I like it every time I watch it. It still makes me laugh, and it also came after my own heart by having like important characters with the announcers, which I thought it's really funny. They kind of add a soundtrack to the games. It's really funny. I mean, the Wild Thing, like, how do you not have Major League even on your list at all, as opposed to number 1? It was a pretty easy choice for me. I'm really partial to that movie. I just love it.
I'm just not a big fan of the movie. I've seen it a couple of times. It's like, it's entertaining. I'll give it that, but not top 5 for me.
I think one thing we can agree on, though, is of all the sports, maybe outside of boxing, just because there's been so many boxing movies, baseball has by far the best roster of movies.
Absolutely. Boxing, it's close. I mean, you got all the Rockies, the Creed.
I mean, when you've got 5 Rockies and the 2 Creed movies, what's the one with the high school teacher? Kevin James plays like a high school teacher. I guess maybe we'll call it like fighting movies, because I don't know if that one was officially boxing.
Oh yes.
Here Comes the Boom.
Here Comes the Boom. Yeah, I don't remember
there's a lot of fighting movies, but of the major sports, baseball by far has the best movies. There's old ones, there's new ones, there's funny ones, there's serious ones. I think that's something we can all agree on. But I want to hear your guys' top 5 in the comments, and it better have Major League on it. No. Even as an honorable mention, I'll accept that because it's better than what this man put, which is not leaving it on his list at all.